I've been playing soccer since I was 6 years old, and I started playing travel soccer in 5th grade, and then was on my high school team for freshman and sophomore year. And I practice or play on a turf field for several days each week for year-round.
But is there lead in your products?
There's lead in a lot of things in this world. Paint.
We're just talking.
And so I will make sure that everybody knows that it is. Yes, there is.
I don't appreciate that result. I was just asking, is there lead in your product?
Genuinely
just asking.
No disrespect. Yes, there is lead in our product.
Okay, thank you so much.
And then the turf field, the rubber pellets easily travel off the field and into our bags, our cleats, our houses, and we don't pay any attention to that. And it could be prevented if we had the knowledge that the turf was harmful to us and then our families. So we as players, as kids, we never thought that this place that we spend so much time at and enjoy so much could be a danger to us.
That the turf industry recently adopted EN-71-3 standards that are for children's toys. And to try not to go too long earlier, I cut off that point. But that's important because we pass with flying colors. We pass with flying colors. We pass with flying colors.
Lead in your product.
Genuinely
just asking.
No disrespect. Yes, there is lead in our product.
Okay.
The turf field, the rubber pellets easily travel off the field and into our bags, our cleats, our houses, and we don't pay any attention to that. And it could be prevented if we had the knowledge that the turf was harmful to us and then our families.
Comments on a sign is a slippery slope because, as John said, you're saying that somebody is guilty of something without them being guilty. Yes, there is lead in our product.
Okay, thank you so much.
Therefore, it would have to apply to several other aspects of fields. And to John's point, where does it end? So.
If you enter a park, you're entering an area that you're exposed to a number of health hazards. Bees, poison ivy, there are actually poisonous snakes in some parts of our park system. Where do you stop? There's exposures to all kinds of things when you're outdoors.
So I just wanted to let you know what the sign would be if it would go on the fields. These are instructions that have been given by the CDC in 2008 about safety steps to take when playing on the surf fields.
I played soccer for about 14 years of my life now, and within those years, none of my coaches have informed me about safety precautions of playing on synthetic turf at all. And also, when it came down to drinking water, tossing my water bottle on the side wasn't a big deal for me. All I saw were just black pellets on the ground, and it never made any sense for me to think that there would be any type of contamination at all, because I thought it was fake grass.
Yes, there is lead in our product.
Okay, thank you so much.
Now, the American Academy of Pediatrics states that being exposed to lead, particularly for children, is a major health hazard, and there is no minimal level of lead exposure that is safe when it comes to our children.
Clothing, when we used to play, most of us would not go straight home and go shower. Most of us would actually just go straight to a friend's house and sit down and just eat, and also just hang out. So with this informational sign as a precaution, just as we would go to like a swimming pool or an amusement park, they have precaution signs just as well. So this would help us give us the information that we would need to take the necessary steps in keeping ourselves safe as well.
And as you also saw, that the infill that is made on these particular fields is made with rubber tires. Rubber tires that are in our landfills that have metals, chemicals, over 250 chemicals and carcinogens. This is what the players are being exposed to.
Comments on a sign is a slippery slope because, as John said, you're saying that somebody is guilty of something without them being guilty.
And I can tell you right now, majority of my friends and teammates, none of them know that any of this is going on or there's any dangers to being on the field. And none of my coaches have notified us at all.
I don't think as Marylanders that we should wait. This is about our children's safety and health, and we should be as proactive as we as we can be.
From our standpoint, if anyone ever identified any ingredient in tobacco or in smoke as being hazardous to human health or as being something that shouldn't be there, we could eliminate it, but no one ever has.
But your own research department has identified those components. Dr. Wakeham has told me that he agrees that there are components in tobacco smoke which are carcinogenic.
In quantities that would be considered important, I don't think so.
That depends on how many you smoke, but he agrees that there are elements in cigarettes, in the content of cigarettes, which are carcinogenic.
Well, there certainly are in the air of New York City.
None of the things which have been found in tobacco smoke are at concentrations which can be considered harmful.
But the components themselves can be considered harmful, can they not?
Anything can be considered harmful. Applesauce is harmful if you get too much of it.
I don't think many people are dying from applesauce.
They're not eating that much.
Respect the opinions and differing opinions of the folks who are supporting this bill, but disagree. The points they're making are not backed by scientific evidence. I have given you written testimony that's a one-pager. I certainly have a book that I can certainly mail to you if you'd like that goes through comprehensive studies regarding heat, MRSA, lead, all the things that were brought up today.
In God we trust. Others must provide data, and what we need is good scientific data before I'm going to accept and submit to the proposition that smoking is a hazard to the non-smoker.
We support the EPA and the CDC and the Consumer Product Safety Commission banding together for yet another study. We're confident that it will come out again without any proven harmful effects of synthetic turf.
Congressman, cigarettes and nicotine clearly do not meet the classic definitions of addiction. There is no intoxication.
We'll take that as a no, and again, time is short. If you could just, I think each of you believe nicotine is not addictive. We just would like to have this for the record.
I don't believe that nicotine or our products are addictive.
I believe nicotine is not addictive.
I believe that nicotine is not addictive.
I believe that nicotine is not addictive.
And I too believe that nicotine is not addictive.